World 2025 wasn't just about mechanics, it was about mastering time itself, and no one proves that more than Faker. Today we're breaking down how the GOAT squeezes every drop of value from minion waves, from perfectly timed slow pushes to calculated aggression that forces the enemy on their back foot. So buckle up, because once you understand how Faker manages these waves, you'll never see League of Legends the same way again. In this game, Orianna is against Akali and Pantheon, two champs that can easily gap close and just one-shot him. Take a look at how Faker manipulationisms his wave here. He keeps the melee alive, just keeps it there, just holds it. This is something that throughout the entire game, whether it's minute 2 or minute 20, minute 30, you can just do this. By doing this, he's creating a wall that stops this wave, making it so he can play inside of this pocket right here and avoid getting Pantheon ulted and one-shotted. Now he can push this wave safely rather than the wave being in the middle and having to step up further. The main point of this video is to highlight Faker's wave management and side laning macro in mid to late game. But I do want to showcase this early game clip because it's something that I preach a lot and do myself, because I think it's a very good way to force a situation where enemy mid is super uncomfortable. Take a look at the caster aggro. They're gonna kill these casters. Faker is not just gonna stand here and freeze defensively, he's gonna pull them up and freeze aggressively. The difference in doing this is that now, by having the casters in this position rather than in this position, if you were to freeze safely standing here, the casters would be getting one shot by Faker's wave. Instead, by the casters being here, you see a lot of them gets to live, pushing now faster into Faker, denying more creeps from Jojo, and now he's denying the cannon. On top of this, it's a way better position to manage this freeze, rather than the wave being so close to your tower, where Jojo's wave would just run into tower and the freeze would break itself. It's not always the big things that matters, it's the small things as well. Take a look at Faker here in mid game. The game is in a dead state, nothing is happening, enemy team is not doing Atakan. He doesn't just eat a wave, he plays to deny creeps even at 21 minutes. Take a look at this, Syndra uses all her spells on the wave. Big mistake, Syndra has no E. Syndra must finish the wave with the E, but she started pushing the wave with the E. Faker now, 21 minutes into the game, plays to deny cannon. To many players this is obvious in laning phase and stuff, but we see people do this way too little when we go into mid and late game. You still want to deny gold. Faker has, for the longest time, been called hide on bush on his solo queue account, and we're about to see why. He pushes the lane, goes top side of the lane, wraps around into the bush, therefore hide on bush, and now he doesn't immediately push. Couple of reasons why. By slowing down this push, you allow Leona to get here in time. If he hard pushes this and tries to take this bush with only Xin Zhao, enemy Alistar and Wukong and Sylas could look to 3v2 you. Second reason why doing this can be good, especially in solo queue, enemy might sometimes expect you to recall or roam. If they decide to hard push this, using abilities like Syndra stun or Sylas eating into the wave, now he is gankable. If T1 was looking to play for the Herald that's spawning in 24 seconds, then Taliyah should have stood here and one-shot the wave. But T1 is not looking to play Herald here, so with Faker doing this, they can now create this situation. Now he pushes instead, which allows the Leona to come. Now he can walk up and poke and chunk the Sylas. If he was to do this by instantly shoving, since I would have to cover in a 2v3 rather than a 3v3. They now have full control over the tri-bush, and he maintains push. In this example, we have Faker teleporting to bot lane and now he wants to lane bot. Ziggs does not want to stay bot lane, he wants to take over mid. BDD wants to now approach the bot. Faker does a very smart play here. Instead of one-shotting this wave and then pushing up bot, he freezes. By freezing bot wave here, he achieves a couple of things. First thing, Smolder must go to bot lane, otherwise he will lose CS. If you were to push this wave, Smolder doesn't have to go bot until Faker crashes. Second, Smolder is vulnerable. If Faker has the wave here, Pantheon can threaten ulti. This now means Sejuani has to cover Smolder and allow Smolder to crash the wave. This Seju could be using a lot of time right now, going top, looking to gank Camille, hurting the Pantheon, looking to invade, whatever. He has to show bot and break this freeze. Faker is also safe during all of this. There is so many reasons why freezing side lanes in the mid game is super beneficial. In this clip, I want to highlight what Faker does around his own individual spike, being Roa in 100 gold, his jungler's tempo, and his own tempo and punishing Cassio's laning phase. When you go to mid game, a lot of players just handshake waves. He denies Cassio vision, he has Roa in 50 gold. A lot of you would hard push this wave, but if you hard push that wave, the problem is Cassio gets 6 out of 6 creeps. Instead, he slow pushes this, now Cassio's under threat. This is BDD's vision. He is scared of Nocturne. Anivia is very good at punishing enemy if they walk up here, and they can easily look to kill Cassio. He has now denied Cassio half of this wave, and now he can hard push this wave. Even better, by doing this and basing on this wave rather than the last wave, he now matches Nocturne perfectly. You will now see, after pushing this out, he can now go on the top side, putting himself on strong side, matching Nocturne's clear. Once he gets to top, you see he does the same thing. He doesn't just hard push this and give Cassio all the CS. Instead, you see he lets the wave come to him, and he once again makes it hard for BDD to play, denying BDD again half of this wave. It's so important when we go into mid game, we think about this. The moment Cassio left the lane, he pushes, Cassio lost the entire wave, Faker did not. Imagine you're a Faker here in this situation. Your jungler is topside, you're all alone on bot, you have no vision. Victor has no dashes, you're completely immobile. Against LeBlanc, what do? Playing the side lane is not that difficult if you W the wave and you just freeze the wave. By doing this, he can now extend the amount of time that he can stand under his tower safe, forcing the only aggressive play enemy has on him to be to dive him, leaving him with much more counterplay than if now the wave was reset in the middle. Now he can farm this wave safely and build a slow push, and by doing this, he now buys time for his Nocturne to come to bot side, where now he can actually push out the lane and play the game. I want you to think of side lane wave management kinda like you're just laning in mid lane. Ori is low, has bad items and bad mana. Azir has good conditions and good items. If you now hard push this bot wave, Ori doesn't lose that much if she bases, because you're gonna need to kill this wave and try to crash this wave to actually deny a lot of CS. But Faker knows this. By freezing this wave, he denies Orianna's CS faster, Orianna's wave is bad when she re-enters the lane, and he also gets to stay safe himself. He's playing Azir, a champion with great gank setup as well. Imagine your Orianna now, fast forward 30 seconds. Wave is like this. How do you play? Because if Orianna walks up, she could get shuffled into tower. If she doesn't walk up, she's gonna keep losing CS. Orianna no flash, Faker gets the free farm, and all of this comes because of his wave management. Something I hear all the time when I'm coaching is, Veigar, I can't go to side lane here, my teammates will die on mid and int. But you can't win a game of League if you think like this. Take a look at Faker. He's playing in Worlds. It's really important for him to win this game. His teammates get caught and they all throw. Varus dies, Alistar dies. Faker is not concerned. He doesn't concern himself with low elos, right? Pushes side lane, gets tier 1 turret and 2 waves for himself. The situation went as bad as he could. 2 of his teammates died and he lost mid turret. But because he did the right thing for himself and he didn't waste any time, he used his teammates int, now is mega fed and he still wins the game. So please, when you're playing your games, as long as you are strong and in a good position, that's all that matters. He is winning a Worlds game while his teammates are inting. So for sure you could win a Diamond game with your teammates inting if you are doing well. Hide on bush strikes once again. Let's look at Ryze's vision. Ryze sees Cassio take the wave. Cassio goes missing. Faker, hide on bush. Avoids Ryze vision, hides in the bush. Classic move from Faker. Faker does not instantly try to push the wave. Instead, he fishes for a mistake from Ryze. While doing this, he just sits in the bush. Now Ryze walks up. Cassio, by not pushing the wave immediately, can create a fight. He has TP on Rek'Sai and he has his team hovering while Alistar is showing on midwave. So as long as he can buy time, this is a good play to do, as Nico and Vi will get here before the enemy Alistar does. If he wasn't hiding on bush and he was playing safe or immediately pushing the wave and running, Qiyana wouldn't try to gank him and this play wouldn't be possible. After winning this top fight from hiding on the bush, Faker recognizes that, okay, my Vi must go to bot side for her camps. By recalling now and going to bot side, I'm strong siding myself. By basing early, this is something in solo queue you should really try to do. Your teammate Rek'Sai, your platinum Rek'Sai, will not go bot, because Rek'Sai from base sees Cassio's already bot lane. Rek'Sai is forced to go top. So especially in solo queue, this is great to do what Cassio did, because you're forcing your tank to go onto the weak side and you get to be strong sided because Vi has to buy the game to be bot because of her camps. Faker does a great job to recognize that this Drake is pretty much irrelevant. It's a 1-for-1 Drake split, with top lane being in a terrible wave state right now. His Rek'Sai goes on the objective side, because we're giving the Drake. This means Rek'Sai is weak-sided and Cassio is strong-sided. Now he can stall the game, making sure that he's at least 3 items by the time he has to interact with enemy team, and he gets to funnel himself a lot of gold from killing this Sion and getting the top turret. If you were to fight this Drake, you're interacting versus enemy's item spiked Draven who has 2 items, and it would be kind of the worst fight for Faker to do right now. You should not value Dragon that much when it's a 1-for-1 Drake split at 17 minutes, as it'll take way too long for enemy to actually threaten Soul. In this example, we have T1 opening up the map, Drake is up in 30, you see Sinza goes for mid, Ori is all alone. If Orianna hard pushes this wave, it'll be difficult for her to have prio on the next wave. If she hard pushes this wave here will meet this here, and Ori cannot touch the wave. By slow pushing, she can deny Akali some extra creeps as well, and also now she can push 2 waves at the Akali's face instead of just a couple of creeps, and again, easier for Ori to farm the wave standing here. Now Ori can have position on the Drake with the team, while also denying Akali some CS with the slow push. And that is how Faker turns waves into pure dominance. Every freeze, every slow push, every single denied cannon, it's all part of a deeper strategy. If you can apply even half of these tricks in your own games, your climb is going to feel so much easier. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more pro level insights, make sure to like, subscribe and drop a comment telling me which player or strategy you want to be covered next.